What's up, Desktopers? Xavier Wills here for Desktop Bodybuilding, and today I'm joined by Rickey Moten, a contender for the Classic Physique Olympia, a multiple-time top 6 finisher at the Arnold Classic. Rickey, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Doing well.
Man, we've been seeing some pictures coming out of your camp, and you are looking pretty crazy at the moment. I'm like super impressed, and you're one of the guys that I actually left out of my top 10 in my early Classic Physique predictions. And you've really made me rethink that, man. Like seeing these photos go up, you actually tagged me in a photo. I was like, wow, you're looking really good right now. So I guess what improvements have you made since you competed at the last Arnold Classic?
Um, Conditioning. That was the main thing. That was always the critique, and I listened to it. I made sure that whatever critique I was given, that I tried to fix that. It was always you don't need any more size. You just gotta nail that conditioning, and you know like like I've said several times, I'm not sensitive about criticism or critiques. So I knew that I have to nail it. I have to nail the conditioning. So that's been my main focus.
Absolutely. And like I said to you as well, like you handle yourself like a class act, like a Brandon Curry sort of does as well. Like you don't seem to let things bother you. You're not oversensitive and stuff like that, which is a pretty common thing in bodybuilding nowadays. Like, does it actually worry you when people say certain things about you? Because I'm sure, obviously, you're an IFB pro that's done really well. Pretty much anyone that's done well has had people that have, I suppose, not only critiqued them, but criticized as well.
No, it doesn't bother me at all. Um, I'm just my motto. I'm just like, okay, cool, and I just go about my day. It doesn't bother me. I don't dwell on it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like, man, like, are you filling out that weight cap right now in the classic physique?
Um, well, at the Arnold, I was 193. That was 7 pounds under.
Oh wow. So what are you now?
Uh, I'm right around 206. Got about 6 7 pounds to get off.
Oh, that's crazy. Because we're only like days out of the Olympia right now. So is that like normal for you? Have you added that like 7 pounds, 8 pounds, 9 pounds of muscle?
That's pretty much normal.
Yep. So you're always that
So
far
I
above
mean,
your weight cap.
yeah, I mean, it's we get that water off. It comes off fairly quick. I mean, I know at the Arnold, like 2 days before, I was like 203, end up weighing in at 193.
That's crazy. That's a pretty decent drop in water. So do you naturally hold a fair bit of water?
Yeah, I hold a lot of water. Picking my hamstrings, glutes. That's normally where it's at.
Yeah, absolutely. And you've also got good legs as well, as you can see in this photo too. I suppose do you think your standout body parts are? Because to me, your arms just look absolutely insane. Is that sort of been always a standout for you?
Yeah, my triceps have always been dominant. Um, I really don't train my triceps a lot because they overpower my chest, they overpower my delts. So I really don't hit them as hard as a lot of people think.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, would you ever move on to like a 212 or an open bodybuilding? Because you look like you've got the sort of, I suppose, the amount of muscle to sort of grow into one of those classes. Do you think you'll do that in the future?
It's a definite possibility. I mean, I did start off in men's physique.
Yeah, I remember you sending me a photo
So
of that.
I mean, if my body wants to continue to grow, and if I have to move up in order to reach my full potential, then that's what I'll do. But first things first is the Olympia.
Yep. So what's your sort of training style? Are you training heavy or are you sort of like just trying to stay under the weight cap for classic physique right now?
Um, it was always like training heavy in the beginning, things like that, because did I was a former power lifter. Um, but right now, just me, we just kind of pulling back, just dialing back just a little bit, not too much. It's still intense. The weight's not as heavy, it's still moderate weight, but it's still intense.
Yeah, absolutely. Super impressive. Have you done anything different this prep compared to your previous preps?
Um, Well, I think from the Arnold, my coach and I, we just have more information about my body, Dorian Hamilton, because the Arnold was our first full prep together. We came together last year, 10 days out from Tampa. We took second in that, and then 7 days later we won San Antonio. So we worked together for 17 days and qualified for the O. So the Arnold prep was our first full prep together. So this prep, we had a lot more data to go on and really know how my body reacts and works with different things. So
Yeah.
that's been a major change.
Now we've talked privately as well about like, I've said to you, I said really from like third place down to about 15th place in this year's Classic Physique Olympia is going to be close. So it's going to come down a lot to, I suppose, how people come in condition, how people peak, if people are flat, if people are full enough, all that sort of stuff. I suppose, what's your goal? Like you said, obviously conditioning is the goal this time around. Are you,
Yeah.
I suppose, cautious about carbing up or can you carb up pretty aggressively?
Um, I really, honestly, I really don't have to because the way I look, like the picture that I recently posted and the one that you just showed, that's me flat.
Oh, wow. You still look full as a house. So,
Like my coach, he took my carbs away. He dropped them, like completely took them out just to try to flatten me out. But I just I wouldn't go flat. I mean, I know that I'm flat, but it's not to other people I don't look flat.
yeah. What's your mindset like now, just days out of an Olympia? Like, how is your mind? Because this is your Olympia debut as well. For people that don't know, you've done the Arnold Classic multiple times, placed top six. So you're not on as many people's radar as I guess some people that have previously done the Olympia. Because everyone goes and looks back at those previous Olympias. So what's your mind
Right.
like now?
Um, I mean, it feels unreal. I can't believe it. It still hasn't set in. It's probably not going to set in until Thursday morning at check-ins when we actually check in and I get that official Olympia tracksuit. That's probably when it'll start setting in.
Yeah, I can see that smile coming through. It seems like you're like a kid in a candy store, pretty much, and I can only imagine what that would feel like. Actually competing in the Mr. Olympia. It's absolutely crazy. So, what's your goal
Yeah.
placing wise? Because obviously, there's a bunch of guys here you still haven't competed against. Where do you think you'll land?
Mm. Um, honestly, my goal is to um crack the top 10 and I mean I really want to crack the top six. I'll be happy with that with top 10, but I'm aiming for that top five, top six placing.
For sure. And that would be such a great achievement as well because it is a crazy competitive lineup. But man, I believe in you and I believe you can do really well in this Classic Physique Olympia, but you just don't know how everyone is going to show up. So, man, wishing you all the best for your first Olympia and your Olympia debut. And I hope, all the success for you in the future, man. Is there any sponsors you want to thank and shout out?
Uh, yeah, I want to thank HD Muscle, um, uh, Chula Fitness. I mean, it's just so many sponsors. Team HD, um, Father Sons, Jed North, Amino Asylum, just everybody, man. Dungeon Vultures, all of them.
Man, it seems like you got a lot of
They've
support,
all
which
played
is
a huge
absolutely
part.
awesome. That's really cool, man. Awesome. That's Rickey Moten. Let me know what you think in the comments below of Rickey Moten's physique and how he will do in the 2020 Classic Physique Olympia. Also, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell button. That way you'll be notified of all my 2020 Mr. Olympia coverage. So for Xavier Wills and Rickey Moten, we are out.